We are in prime party season, and whether that be graduations, weddings, or showers, it can be overwhelming to be the hostess with the mostest.
But you just want to be.
Yes.
Here with a few tips to take the stress out of planning is Colleen Hatton. Colleen, glad to have you here with us.
Thank you, as always, ladies.
We're gonna have her join us in the kitchen here later, but
so
right now,
I think we're both the type that would like to be the hostess with the mostest, but there's a lot of stress that goes into that thought of wanting to be that.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that that's very true for all of us. We all want to be the hostess with the most, or the host with the most, whoever's planning the party.
Yes.
But I think, there's some things that you can do that'll help any party that you're planning, that you can help. If you follow a few basic rules, it'll help you. And the biggest, most important one is your budget.
Okay, but that one's so tough.
I know, it's a hard
because
one.
some things pop up and you're like, oh, I gotta have that too. I want that extra.
That is why it's important to set a budget and stick to it. Whether you're hosting it yourself or if you're hosting, a lot of times showers will be a group of ladies or gentlemen or whoever's kicking in to host a shower. Figure out what your budget is and then look at your guest of honor and figure out what things in your budget do you need to spend that money on that are going to be most important to that guest. Maybe it's really important that you have it at a really cool venue. Your guest of honor really loves something. A winery. We have tons of fun local wineries in town that will let you bring in your own flowers, your own food, and then, you just have to have the drinks from them. So, if you've got folks that are willing to bake or do flower arranging, great.
Let them to work.
Yeah.
But, if nobody wants to cook, then maybe it's important to find a more cost-effective venue and hire a caterer.
Do you think that there's one aspect of a gathering or a party that makes it, or is it just a bunch of little components put together?
I think, honestly, I think the most important part is that you get a bunch of people together that are having a good time. And as the hosts, you let some things go. Because reality is...
Colleen, come on now.
But let's face it, it is the same thing. I tell brides and everybody this. The truth of the matter is, if something doesn't go exactly how you planned it, you're the only person that knows that.
Right.
So you got to kind of just relax and enjoy that.
Yeah.
I mean, especially now, I think showers have changed so much. Yeah. They're much more of a social gathering than necessarily showering the guests to be with gifts. It's more about being social and spending time together with family and friends. So let that be the center of it, and then, figure out the important things from there.
Okay, setting your budget was top tip number one. But then these local floral arrangements that you've got here, what's the deal?
So I think a really great way to help save money on your budget is we are so blessed. We have great farmers markets in town that always have fresh flowers. We have a couple other venues in town that sell fresh local flowers. And these vases, well, these are our vases from Dish, but you can go to the Restore,
Goodwill.
Yeah. Goodwill, and buy some really cheap vases and get local flowers and arrange them yourself. And instead of necessarily feeling like you need to have a huge buffet arrangement, get lots of little ones. That's a whole lot easier to manage.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like these fun little ones here.
Exactly.
Those are
and
cute.
If you don't want the vases afterwards, just take them back to it's very cost effective.
The next party planning person will appreciate you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an interesting one. I know we talked about a fun location, but don't open gifts on site. Like at a shower, it is, I feel typical.
I do
it's
too.
Thanks, Diane, for the gift. And you thank everybody in front of people.
That is that. But I think as we were talking about things shifting, if you've only got 2 hours with your friends and your family, use that time to be social.
Yeah.
Because gifts can take a good solid hour.
But I do like watching their reaction when they open my gift, to see if they really like it.
I do understand that. I'm not saying that, that's just something to think about.
Yeah. I do think it would make it all go faster.
Oh, for
because
sure.
if you're waiting for your gift to be open, it's like, oh my gosh, it's been 40 minutes.
Yes. Yes.
Because, gift opening takes almost an hour these days. And, you can do it at home, write it down, and then I think that's an easier way, too, to have more thoughtful thank you notes, too. If you're opening them and you've got time to think about it, it's a little easier to write that thank you note than somebody gave you a list that said who gave you what.
Yeah. Okay, your final tip was to enjoy your family and friends. Absolutely, because,
that's the most important part. That's the whole point.
It is. And especially, if you're having a shower with a baby or a wedding coming after those things, you really got to cherish that time because it's about to get a little crazier.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Okay. Well, these were all great tips to get the party planning started, but we got to talk about her specialty, the food and drinks. Yes?
Yes.
Okay, that's coming up. But if you want all of Colleen's tips, you want to connect with her, we will have all of that on our website after the show. Coming up, as we mentioned, it's not a party without delicious food and drinks, and she's got a few tips for planning the menu.
Can't wait. All right, coming